Hey friends, welcome back to the Life of a Makeup Artist podcast. Can I just tell you, I love my creator community. I get to meet the most amazing people that I low-key become obsessed with, and then I'm like, I need you on my podcast. Yeah. So this is why we are here today. We are here with
excited.
Tahira Foster, fashion expert and beauty lover. Tahira, how are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here.
The fit is fitting.
Thank you.
The skin is glowing. Post-vacation glow.
Listen, I had to get my makeup right if I'm going to sit next to Jaleesa Jagran. Okay? So I took some time so you could see the glow.
Yeah.
I hope you approve.
You did.
I'm taking any tips that you're giving. I'm taking it.
I'm going to give you 10 out of 10.
Oh. I love it. Listen, when my followers hit me with the 10 out of 10, it is the biggest honor because it's hard to get that. And I don't give it out easily. So it's hard.
It's hard. But how are you? How's life?
Life is really good. Just came back from vacation, a very much needed break. You go. So it's just like you get so wrapped up in being online all the time. So took a break, went on vacation. I filmed stuff, barely posted. It was really like to disconnect and reset. So I feel good. Yeah.
I love that. But you barely posted. It was met.
Okay. So there was one night that I literally was late to like a beach dinner because it was the Met.
Yeah.
The date of the trip wasn't ideal.
Right.
Right. It's such a big fashion moment. It's like the Fashion Olympics and my community looks forward to the Met. So like I had to film. I had to get that out. Right. I did 5 videos. I covered over 50 celebrities.
Wow.
Wasn't enough for them. They needed part 6, 7, and 8, and it was okay. I understand. It was a lot of fashion, but yeah.
Listen, you did what you needed to do.
I tried. I really did. But outside of that, I didn't post. I didn't post outside of the Met review. But I could not like leave them hanging at all.
I love that. Okay, so I don't know if I did you justice. Do you mind introducing yourself to your new friends?
Sure. Okay, so I'm Tahira Foster. I have been in the fashion industry for 15 years. I've done production, merchandising, retail, and now I'm a full-time content creator. I've been doing content now for 4 years. And now I get to sit with Jaleesa Jagran, and I'm so excited.
I love that. Okay, so before we get into your content creation days, tell us more about like the time that you have spent in merchandising and all of that.
Okay, so it started really, really young. I got into the fashion industry when I was 14. I got scouted as a model off the street. So I signed to Wilhelmina when I was 14. And that was kind of my thrust into the fashion industry.
Living model.
I was a very young, I thought I was going to be Naomi Campbell. Did not work out. My agency was very much like, there's no money in runway. We can make money or you could try to be on Naomi Campbell. I was like, okay, so let's try to make money. So I did a lot of print.
Right.
I did a lot of catalog. Back then there was catalogs. Right. Okay, I'm aging myself, but so that's how I got into the fashion industry. And that took me all over the world to travel. And then when I came back to New York because I really wanted to be close to family. I was very, very homesick being out in California. And then it just started. I just like all the connections I made while I was modeling. I started assisting as far as styling. And then I got my own clients. And then those clients was like, oh, Tara, let's put a lookbook together. Oh, okay. Oh, Tara, I'm trying to do like a little fashion show. Okay. And then that's how I got into production. So it was just like people believing in me and like all these little skills turning into a career that I kind of wanted for myself, but I had no idea where it could go.
Right.
Yeah. And then I started retail.
Tell us about that.
Okay, well, retail.
I want to know.
I had my son in 2011, and I was pretty much like a freelance. You know what it is, like the money in freelance was so up and down.
Right.
And so
I was steak when they eat in ramen.
Exactly. And it was fine when it was just me. But now I had a little baby. So I was like, okay, I need a stable check and let me freelance on the side.
Right.
So I had a friend in retail. She got me a retail job in like Brooks Brothers. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of good at selling. I'm definitely good at dressing people. So then that kind of developed into my job with Ralph Lauren. And then I worked one-on-one with Ralph Lauren and the PR team. They had like this celebrity book tour they were sponsoring. So then I started dressing the celebrities. I was coming on the tour. And then from Ralph Lauren, I went to Barney's where my like clientele even grew more. And then I had another baby. And then I went to manage a small boutique from an Australian brand. So that was my like history in retail. And then all our lives blew up in 2020 and I no longer had a retail job.
Wow.
And it was time to pivot.
Right.
And that's how content creation kind of became a thing because now I had 2 kids doing remote learning.
Right.
So like leaving the home, going back to a store was like really not an option. Right. So yeah.
So was content something that you did at all before 2020 or did it start in 2020?
Yes and no. I have tons and tons of footage. I've probably been vlogging since 2018. Mm-hmm. Every job I've ever done, I've recorded. I was too insecure to put it out. I've never put it out.
Imposter syndrome.
It was so huge. And this was the days of like Jackie Aina blowing up on YouTube. And, you know, my boyfriend, who's now my husband, bought me a camera. He was like,
a real one.
Oh, he's a real one. And I was just like, no, I can't do it. I didn't have the perfect setup. And so I was just so insecure. Making content for a long time, not releasing any of it until 2020.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you first started to create content, though, like what was the content about? Because I know that you've evolved, as time progressed.
So it really started just as like what everyone else was doing on TikTok, trends, wasn't really taking it seriously. And then one day my husband said, you should tell some stories from your career. People would love to hear about the celebrities you've worked with and your experiences. So then I started telling some stories. And then one of my stories kind of took off. I did not know that was going to happen.
Can you tell us the story?
No, I don't want to tell.
It's like, go look for it. Like,
don't go look for it. I had no idea. I was pretty much rating celebrities that I worked with. Most of them I gave a 10, some I gave a 9, some I gave an 8. The one time I gave a negative review, that's the story that went viral. So I had a bad experience with an actress working with her while I was at Ralph Lauren. And I told the story and it went everywhere in like press. And I was on the cover of like the Daily Mail Snapchat and it was Apple News. And
did you want to change your name and move to a new country?
100%. I went into a little rock because, my page probably had like 5,000 followers at the time. No one was really seeing it, not thinking anything of it. That exploded. I had like my family in England, like, Tahira, why am I seeing you on the Daily Mail? My brother-in-law, who doesn't even have social media, was like, Tahira, you came up in Apple News. I'm like, on my phone. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. People don't talk about the gift and the curse of going viral.
Yeah.
So it was really crazy. And then like her fans started attacking me, like, you're lying about her. And I'm like, I was there.
You're right.
You were not. My entire team was there.
I said what I
said. 100%. But yeah, then I immediately pivoted the content because then I kind of feel like people hit the follow button for like more tea.
Right.
And I'm like,
drama.
This is not a drama page.
Right.
This is not a tea page. I was literally just talking about experiences from my life. And then I kind of switched it to, let's talk about the red carpet. We can still incorporate celebrities. I can still talk to you about my knowledge. And it has nothing to do with my personal experiences. These are just my opinion.
Right.
So that's how the content kind of pivoted to what is now Ratings, which is like my most successful series on my page.
I love that.
It was an accident.
Part 1. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I didn't know if people were going to like it, but they end up really liking it. And so it was a thing. And I didn't have to tell those stories anymore.
Right. Like never again. Did you delete the video?
I did not delete the video. It was too late. It was everywhere. If I would have deleted it, I think I would have made me look like I was lying about it. And it's like, no, this actually happened.
Right.
All my old coworkers started reaching out to me because I guess my story matched up with their stories. And so like their friends and family was like, do you know this girl? She said the same thing about this person that you did. And they was like, yes, that was my manager, Tahira, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I didn't even have to pull out the receipts. It was a real story.
Right. Okay, so let's forget the worst person.
Yeah.
Who was the best person?
Ooh.
One of the best.
One of the best, I have to say, was Drew Barrymore.
Oh, nice.
She is so warm, so down to earth. I mean, this woman has been in show business since she was a child and is so personable. And anytime you meet someone and they're talking to you and they're looking at you in the eye and they ask you for your opinion, it's easy to work with.
Oh, I love
And that's how she is. She was wonderful.
That.
Yeah.
This isn't always the case, but I find that especially in fashion,
yeah,
it's often the Z-listers that are the rudest.
Rudest. Like,
what is happening right now?
I've worked with Cindy Crawford now. Amazing. I've worked with Anne Hathaway. Amazing. And you have one reality show and you think you're going to talk to me crazy? It's very crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But, bless your heart.
Exactly.
Okay, so you just made your first, I guess this is not your first media appearance. Now that But you had your appearance for the Met Gala.
Yeah.
And I think to me that's a major testament of what can happen when you really focus.
Yes.
And like dial into your own thing. Tell us how it came about. How did it go?
Literally opened my email one day and there was a producer from NBC Universal and she's like, "Hi, I'm a big fan of your series ratings," and she was putting together a segment for the Met Gala and she thought of me. Very like, and I'm like, what? Like, unbelievable. Wow. My dream is to not just talk about the red carpet, but be on the red carpet, you know? So it was incredible. It happened in probably a 4-day, like it's very short notice, but can you do it? I'm like, yes, I can do it.
Right.
They told me I was going to be working with Sheena Butler Young. I looked her up until she worked for the Business of Fashion. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so exciting. We met and we just like hit it off. I've had feedback of like, did you guys know each other before? We did not.
So sweet.
She's so sweet. And we did not. We met on the sidewalk. Right. But it was great to work with her and Melanie, who's the producer. I had no idea. You know, these things you film for such a long time and you figure the segment would be 90 seconds. You don't know what they would keep in.
Right.
But it was like over 3 minutes. And I feel like they kept in a lot that we talked about. So it was really great.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really surprising, but it went well.
So you were dialed into a lot of red carpets all over the world. What do you think is going to be trending for, AW fall 2024?
Oh, I think fall, we already seen it on the runway. It's going to be a lot of leopard. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see red is going to be a big color. We're going to see plaid, an explosion of plaid. I mean, that's not new, but I think the way they're going to do it is new. It's going to be like plaid in mini skirts, plaid in like 3-piece suits. You're going to see plaid mixed with denim. Like, I think plaid will be really hot. Red will be hot. Rihanna just wore like this streetwear leopard look. Like Zara right now actually has leopard in store, but I think it's going to really translate for fall and winter. It's going to be great. I think, first of all, my favorite time to get dresses in the fall, right? Coats.
Listen,
like,
I got my
favorite
Brandon Blackwood coat. You cannot tell me anything when I'm wearing this coat.
It's the best. It's the best. So you're going to see a lot of texture. You're going to see, even with like faux fur, it's going to be hot, but it's going to be color faux fur. People are not going to do the black. It's going to be bright color. And I think monochrome was really hot for a long time, but now we're going to bring back color blocking. Right. You're going to see a lot of just, even in fall, the translation of red with a purple or with a pink, and with the metallic is still going to be very hot. I know like gold was having a moment, but silver's going to dominate for fall. Like, you'll see it in all the hardware. Yeah, for sure. Color fur, red, leopard, get it.
Take notes.
You'll be ready.
Okay, so in your opinion, who are some stylists that, we should keep an eye on? Sometimes you need inspiration for your own personal style. So who do you like to look to?
I'd like to look to, there is a man called Dan P. Lee. I met Dan early in his career at Ralph Lauren, and he focuses on menswear. He is incredible. Like, he came to New York with a dream, and to watch his progression is insane. He works with athletes and artists and actors, and what he does for menswear is never boring. It always has an element of just sophistication, but it's like streetwear. It's incredible. There's also Timothy Luke Garcia. He's right now dressing Ice Spice and Chloe Bailey. Incredible. Like, the transformation and the things that he is pulling for Ice Spice is really putting her on the fashion map. And that's what these girls really want. They're artists, but they also want to be in those magazines. They want to get those big campaigns, and they need to partner with amazing stylists to get them to the next level. So keep your eye out for Timothy Luke, Dan P. Lee. Incredible.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of campaigns, you are in quite a few yourself, working with several brands.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest lessons that you have learned, like creating content, setting rates, and advocating for yourself?
You have to advocate for yourself. Like, when it comes to being a creator, the conversation you have with the brand does not always translate into that contract that you're getting from legal. Okay, so get a lawyer.
Right.
Step one, get a lawyer.
Right.
Those conversations with brands are great, but when you get that contract, that is not a document from the person you were talking to. That is from their legal department. And so you just want to make sure everything you discuss, and only the things you discuss, is what's in those contracts. And you really have to advocate for yourself. Always push back.
Right.
Okay. Because of course they're trying to get a deal. Look, they're working with multiple creators, but you have to know your worth. You have to have your numbers ready to show them why this is what you charge. And it's okay to give people a deal if you want to build that relationship, but don't always just take the first thing they offer you. You have to say, these are my metrics.
Right.
This is what my last campaign did.
Right.
This is the conversion.
Right.
Bring that to the table and fight for yourself.
Right.
You have to.
Because sometimes you have that conversation and then you look in the contract and you see perpetuity in there.
Whoop. Those words. If you see the perpetuity, you better run. Okay, that's number one.
Right.
But you'll see, you said, oh, they're gonna repost it on their social, and then all of a sudden you look in the contract, it's gonna be on their website.
Right.
It's gonna be on their newsletter.
Right.
You gotta pay for it.
Right.
So you have to know what you're signing. Don't think you had a conversation and now the contract. There's a reason why your conversation was 1 or 2 emails and your contract is now 9 pages.
Right.
You have to know what's in those 9 pages. So if you don't, and it can be very overwhelming, so definitely hire someone. It's an expense, but it is worth it. It will save you. My lawyer, has saved me.
Do you have a management team that you work with, or do you solely work on your own?
So I was signed for management for 1 year. My contract just expired and I chose not to renew it. And it was no fault to them. It's just I want to go, like I said to you, more media based, more PR based. And that's not necessarily what they focus on. Right. They have a big hold with like LTK and Instagram, and that's great. But I do want to switch my content and evolve. And they couldn't necessarily take me there. That opportunity with NBC was not because of management, and then I have another opportunity coming up in September, August. That's not with management. So I'm by myself, just me and my lawyer.
Right. And sometimes that's the way you have to do.
And for a long time, it was just me and her. Yeah. Only for the last year I was covered. And I don't necessarily, I saw the benefits of management for sure. But you also have to like be on the same page. A management team is not magicians.
Right.
I know people think you get management and now you just sit back and just luxuriate and wait for the deals to come. No, you still have to hustle. You still have to be building relationships. You still have to be doing the work. Management is great. They can negotiate things and maybe bring you some things, but 50% of, I would say, were things that they brought me, and then 50% was from me doing my own networking when it came to those deals throughout that year. So yeah, I'm open to management for sure. But once we are on the same page with where my career can go. Yeah,
you just have to really be on the same page.
Yeah, and take your time with that. I feel like maybe creators hit a certain number and they feel like they have to have management. There are so many creators, huge platforms that don't have management.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. Because sometimes it's just like makeup artists and makeup artist agencies. Like you could be at a big agency, but like not be the right fit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're at a big agency.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Sometimes the bigger agency is now you're just a number. You're just another artist on their roster.
Right.
And you're not getting that care. So sometimes you just got to take your career into your own hands and see where it goes.
Yeah. So being a creator, some may feel the need to always, keep up. And like something is in trend or this is happening and, you're going to events. How do you balance wanting to add to your wardrobe without, excessively spending or just filling up your apartment with a bunch of shit?
Oh my gosh, which is very, very easy to do. I think I had to learn to invest into pieces. So versatile pieces that you can just buy a $13 sunglass and change the whole look. You can buy a piece of jewelry, buy just a statement earring to like elevate the look. Invest in pieces more to me now, especially, and kind of lean back from the fast fashion. When you go to buy something, talk to yourself and say, how many seasons can I wear this? What you're wearing now, every season.
Right.
You can style it so many different ways. So that to me is an investment piece, and that makes sense to do. It's like, and it kind of helps you stay away from the trends. Trends are great and they're really fun, but are you going to wear it in a year, or is it just going to be sitting there? Are you going to be trying to sell it to the real?
Right.
So like it has to make sense at this point. If you don't want to have that, like don't jump on everything. Make sure the trend makes sense for you. Go for it. And then decide if you want to invest or just go fast fashion.
Right.
But at this point, I'm more into investment pieces at this point.
What are some of your go-to spots to shop?
It depends. I like satire. I like designer, but I also like fast fashion, but I like designer at a discount.
Right.
You'll never catch me buying full price, especially coming from luxury retail.
Right. You're like, I know.
It's not gonna happen.
You do sample sales?
So yes and no. The sample sale has to make sense. And I feel like sometimes these sample sales don't make sense.
No, I'm not standing in this line for 15 hours.
Well, now you can hire someone to like stand in the line for you.
Yeah, but then you gotta pay for it. And I know. Is it worth the
exactly.
Like,
now you're paying full price when you're supposed to be getting a deal.
Right.
It just depends on the designer. I think some sample sales are definitely better than others. A lot of people are just bringing stuff from the warehouse that nobody wanted and now putting it at a discount, hoping that somebody buys it. When the sample sale is just from like a season or two before, that to me makes sense.
Right. Because psychologically, like, oh, it's on sale. I need it.
Exactly.
And then it's like, no, girl.
And then you get there and it's like the bottom of the barrel. Like it was a waste of time. So yes and no to sample sales, but I love a good deal. I love a good deal. I love a net-a-porter when it's on sale. I love Matches Fashion, rest in peace. It's about to get shut down. But it used to be my go-to.
Right.
But I like, Saks when it's on sale. It has to be on sale.
Do you like My Teresa?
I do. Love My Teresa. Love My Teresa. But like I said, end of season sales. And that 30% on top of sale, oh man, keep your ear to the streets. Keep your ear to the streets. Don't waste your money on full price, please.
Okay, so we'll definitely make sure everybody to follow her so you can make sure that you are staying on top
when the sales
trend.
come, I try to tell, even when it comes to like beauty sales, I try to tell my audience that what's going on. Like, things are expensive. The economy is hard. We got to try to save a coin every chance we get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I totally agree. So let's talk about beauty.
Okay.
Because, you definitely have your natural stuff, Tell us what you've been loving.
Oh my God. So pretty much anything Danessa Myricks. Danessa Myricks has a hold on me. If she's dropping a product, I'm buying it.
Her 5 minutes ago.
You're lying. You're lying.
She just walked out of here.
No. That was on purpose because I would have jumped on this woman and she would have had to get security. It would have been a whole thing. NYPD would have been involved. I love her.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The things Danessa Myricks, I can't even talk about it. The things she's putting out, one of a kind, so innovative. It's just like, from the primers to the blushes, 2 blushes on right now. I have on It Girl and Golden Hour. Listen, I am obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her. Like, I know she just did like lowlighters. I've never even heard of lowlighters. Like,
exactly.
This woman's brain is next level.
Yeah. I think it's what the beauty community needs.
Yeah.
Because, we were talking about retail and how, like, how it is. We get PR and it's like, oh, the same product from 3 different brands.
At the same time. And they're always launching at the same time.
And I'm like, okay, we know why this is happening. All good. Do what you have to do. But then when you have people like Danessa, and she's not part of that. She's
not.
Her own thing.
The launches are completely different.
Like low lights? What?
Never heard of it. Can't wait to get it on my face. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
It's
that
just,
girl.
Yeah. It's so anything Danessa, anything Mother Pat McGrath. I mean, come on. It's for us. Right. I can't, the people that are making products for us in mind, I'm going to support 100% every time.
Right.
Ami Coley has a skin enhancing stick. I'm wearing it today. Love it. I love it.
Yeah, there's a couple of things you're going to love too.
Yeah, that's coming. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I mean, just to see these brands keep us in mind, front of mind, and not an afterthought is where I'm going to spend my money and who I'm always going to just root for.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have gone through so many parts of your career and you're wanting to pivot more on the media side. And, a lot of people look at you, for your content and, your expertise, and they really lean on that. What advice would you give to those who are wanting to kind of like, maybe they're a pro artist, pro stylist, and they want to like lean into content a little bit more. Maybe they're just, wanting to lean into content in general. What advice would you give to them?
I would say just put the camera down and start talking. I mean, people love knowledge. People love to learn. And if you are an expert in your field, maybe you don't even feel like an expert, but trust me, you know more than someone.
Right.
So you put that camera on and you tell your story and you talk about the things you love. It will translate to people and they will feel your passion. They will start to follow. They will start to take notes. They will look forward to seeing you on their For You page. So I would just say, sit down, talk about something that you love. It's okay to pivot. You don't have to stick to one thing. I know the algorithm likes to put us in a box.
Right.
Anytime you step out of what you're known for, the views dip down.
Right.
Listen, don't get validation from views.
Right.
There's so many experts that will tell you use this sound or don't go over this amount of time. do your thing.
Right.
Do you. And don't look for validation in views or likes. If you are content with what you're putting out, it will reach the right person. I'm not the biggest fashion creator at all. Yet a producer from NBC was like, I love what you do. You know, that should be a testament in itself. There's people with hundreds of millions of followers that they didn't call. So there's something about, you are so special, and there's something about you that will translate to someone else. And that's how things start.
It's really believing in, like,
you got to believe it. And no, it could be hard to believe, especially when the views are not matching your passion, but you have to keep going. Like, I look at like creators like Janae Naylor, who is incredible to me. I've followed her career for such a long time. Now she's about to, is it today? Oh my God. Wait, is today the 19th?
I have no idea.
She is releasing a collection with Target. And this is someone who like worked with Target corporate. And I mean, what is that? 5 years in the making, you know? And also the thing, people, is things take time. So, you know, it's very easy to like see people around you your age and you think, oh my God, it's happening for them. It's not happening for me.
And you get in your feelings.
The views are not what it wanted to be. You feel like you're not getting the opportunities. You just never know.
Because those tables are going to turn. You were working there, now you're collabing. That's amazing.
Come on.
Like, you just never know. Maybe it's not going to, you know, manifest itself in that exact same way. But like you said, you really just have to stay focused. You just never know where it's going to come from. You would have never in a million years thought NBC is going to be hitting.
Never.
And then, I mean, we're in May now. You don't know what else is coming for you.
I don't know what else is coming.
Which is exciting.
It is exciting. I have someone that's, you know, a possible opportunity for September. That's going to be something on television. Couldn't believe it. I can't talk about it yet. But
it's okay. The NDAs.
The NDAs are real. But it's just like, that's all from staying focused. That's all for showing up for myself every day with content. May not be every day. It's hard to post every day. I don't know how you do it. But
I don't post every day. I used to when I first, that's how we met. Because I was inside. It was December, January. I was inside. But now I'm like, I've been working so much. And then how do you deal with, like, you know, you say you can't really focus on the numbers, but
can't focus on numbers. It will discourage you. It'll make you not want to create.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you deal with that? Because maybe it's just like, oh, maybe, I don't know, ratings didn't do well this time. Or like, how do you push past that? Do you just ignore it? And like,
I ignore it, but it's not easy to ignore. You definitely get in your feelings. It'll, like, for example, why I went on vacation, like, I felt like the content wasn't hitting. Nobody was seeing it. You're putting all this work in. Nothing's coming back. It's like, it's time to reset. You get into your feelings and then you think, okay, well, maybe should I be doing what other people are doing? But you feel so confident in what you're doing. And you just feel like, if I had the right eyes, if the right people saw this, I think they would really enjoy it. But sometimes you just got to reset. And really, I'm very, very lucky to have an amazing husband. I have amazing friends and family who are like, Tahira, keep going. And I know everyone doesn't have that. So you have to find it in yourself, find it in your online community, because there's people in my comments who are just like, so happy for you. Can't wait till you do this. Can't wait. There are people out there rooting for you.
And you have no idea.
And there's also people mentioning in your name in rooms right now that you have no idea about. So you just have to keep your head down, stay focused. Don't compare yourself to others, even though it's very, very hard. If you are passionate and you are really giving it your all, the tables will turn. And your time will come. Yeah, for sure.
I feel so lucky to be witnessing your time happening. No, seriously, because I'm like, you scroll, you're like, oh, who's this girl? Ratings? And I'm like, oh, I like this girl. And then boom, she's on TV.
Oh my God, that was so crazy. I think, you know, people keep saying that and I want to receive it, and I'm going to say it's just
way. Sometimes you really need other people because you're like, you feel like you have so much work. Or you feel like, oh, I haven't, you know, even though you're like, I know the numbers don't matter. Sometimes you're like, damn, I haven't grown. What's going on?
Grown.
Sometimes, like, you literally get in your head, and sometimes you need other people to tell you that. And that, like you said, it's the people that you have around you, right? Your friends and your family.
100%.
Like, you know, you kind of have to protect that energy. Because if you're not doing well here, like, it's going to show on the
100%. I like always try to present content with like high energy. I want my content to be an escape, even if it's for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Come, laugh, enjoy. The world is dark and we are dealing with so many things. So if you're gonna be on my page, I want you to get something out of it, and I want it to bring joy to you every single time. So if I'm not bringing that, it doesn't translate. The energy is low. It's like, why am I even doing this?
Right.
Like, you know, I don't want to waste people's time by clicking this. But yeah, it's hard, but you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. It's so hard, but stay focused.
How do you manage your time? Like, what does a typical day kind of look like for you?
Oh my God. This is where it gets
you have
sticky.
2 kids.
Yeah, two babies. One not so baby. One's about to be 13. I say he's my baby.
Right.
Yes, it's extremely hard, and I need to actually get better. I think what I had to accept, and I did it like for 2024, is that I'm not always going to be 100% all the time. I think I was trying to overwork myself and give 100% to content, 100% to my kids, 100% to my husband. Sometimes you're going to fall short, and that's okay. You got to do the best you can. What did Mariah say? You got to do the best you can with what you got, okay? And almost be okay with it.
Right.
Everything is not always going to go as smoothly as you want it to go, but we're going to be okay.
Right.
Everyone's going to survive. Sometimes that content might turn in a little late. Right. I don't like that. I don't like to be that person, but I'm juggling a lot of things. Right. You got to give yourself grace.
Right. Sometimes I lie to myself. I'll put on my calendar like a day or two before it was actually due. Not to say I'm like, I've been late before, but like I'll put like a little buffer. So I'm like, oh, I might put it just the day before. So it's late and I give it the morning. I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah, you're on time.
Because
I try to, I haven't had a late content in a very long time. When I adapted this mentality, like, listen, if I know I have to film a campaign, I'm not going to try to also film content to go live today. Like, I'm going to just give myself this day, edit it, get it done. No, a video won't go up today, but a video will go up tomorrow.
Right.
You know, you just gotta, it's going to be fine. Because I used to be like, I have to post every day. But sometimes and then you feel disappointed when you don't hit those marks.
Yeah.
So you just have to spread it out, especially like on the weekends. You're not gonna get new content from me on the weekend unless it's like pre-recorded.
Right.
Those 2 days has to be for my boys.
Right.
I'm so chronically online during the week. Those 2 days I have to be all about them. We're catching up with school. We're doing projects. The phone, Instagram down, TikTok down. Like I am trying to be present.
Right.
So yeah, it's hard. You know, I have an amazing partner who helps with all the things.
Right.
But he also works full time. So you know, we are just, sometimes dinner will be, you know, you're gonna have to eat out 3 days this week. Mommy did not get to I didn't get to the kitchen, okay? And that's okay.
Right.
So I want to be giving you home cooked meals every day. I do, but sometimes it's not possible.
Yeah. You can't be all the things to everyone 100% of the time.
And you got to give yourself grace.
Yeah, and I love that you mentioned that because it's understanding it in the first place and accepting it and giving yourself grace.
Yeah.
Because you can't beat because you're going to be in the cycle of beating up yourself like, damn, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And then you go into the cycle and you drive yourself into anxiety and depression.
100%. 100%. I probably want to say like the most anxiety. I actually got hit terrible with anxiety at the end of last year, like end of 2023. You know, holiday season, you know, and campaigns are like such a big deal. And I didn't have a good holiday campaign. And I beat myself up like, oh my God. Like, past years I've done this. I've had at least 6 campaigns, 10 campaigns.
Right.
And that last holiday season was my lowest of my low, probably the lowest in my career. And that played such a crazy mind trick on me. Like, damn, the content is bad. Maybe brands don't love me the way I think brands love me. Like, it was like all these people are dropping campaign after campaign. I'm like, damn, maybe
you're like,
yeah, it was like probably the worst. I did take a break, and I took a big break in December, like probably from like December 10th. I didn't come back till like the new year. And I was just like, I was down and out. You know, there wasn't a lot of red carpets going on because it's the holidays, and I just kind of disappeared. And I was just so depressed, so down. And 2024, I was like, listen, gotta get back focused. Gotta think bigger picture. I did not have a good you know, holiday season. That's okay. There's more seasons to come. Can't focus on the past. My bigger picture is to do red carpet, do PR. It's okay if the brands, the beauty brands and the skincare brands are not on track right now. They'll come back. Keep just talking about things that I love, products that I love. And that's how I built my audience when it came to beauty anyway. I talked organically about the products that I loved. You know, sometimes you get into this mindset of the bills got to get paid. So like, let's talk about what's hot. Let's talk about what's trending, even though you don't really feel connected to those things. So went back to like my old strategy of just talking about products and brands that I love. Somehow the brands found me again.
I know, I feel the same way because even with me, like when I blew up on TikTok and my page started to grow, it was just like education. But that's a lot of work.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it takes a lot of planning. And I'm just like, now I'm in a different space in my career. And I started to feel so much anxiety because I wasn't putting out that level of content, that type of content all the time.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah.
Because if I'm flying and I'm landing at 12 a.m.
How exactly are you doing? Because I don't know. I think I've counted 5 jobs you have. You do so many things. So professional makeup artist, podcast host. You just signed up to do professional something with Ulta.
I'm a
pro artist with Ulta. Still doing celebrity makeup.
Uh-huh.
And I know I'm missing.
I love how you're interviewing me.
I just want to know. I mean, it's to watch your evolution is incredible. And I feel like I jumped into your career like late in the game. You've already done makeup for 10 plus years. So me discovering you 4 or 5 years ago, I'm like, wow, I'm learning so much. I'm writing the notes. Anything you say to buy, I'm buying. I'm just like, this is incredible. But to see now you just like everywhere.
Thank you.
How is it going? How are you feeling?
I feel good, but what I was about to say is that I was feeling anxiety because I can't put out that level of content all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just like, but my career wasn't what it was 2 years ago.
Back then,
you know what I mean, even though that was only 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm pivoting into some of the same things I've done because I love doing that. But also like, you're going to see me on set more. You're going to see more models on my page because like, this is what my life actually is.
But I feel like the community that you've built, we want to see it. We want to see the growth. We want to see you on set, movies, TVs. Like, this is what you've worked so hard for. We understand that, you know, I'm only speak for myself. As your community member, we understand some of the content has to slow down.
Yeah.
But you're giving us other things.
I appreciate it. And like even at this level, I think you probably also feel still at times where you have imposter syndrome, or sometimes I will have like a good season. I might like feel like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. Like I was in TV in Trinidad and I don't know why I felt like I was posting too many things and I didn't post about it.
What?
Yeah. I was just like,
oh my God, Lisa, what?
I don't even share it. Like I don't. So like sometimes I to get in my head where I'm just like, okay, like, bitch, every day you're gonna have people telling you congratulations. Like, you know, you gotta balance it out. You gotta give.
Okay.
You know, like.
So I will send the congrats every day.
I'm gonna post about it eventually, but
we
like.
want to see it.
Yeah.
We want to see it. When people are like, oh, I know a lot of creators will be like, guys, I'm about to bombard you with ads. Girl, give us the ads.
Right.
Let me like, comment, and share it.
Right.
This is what you worked for.
Right.
We want to see it as your audience that we are rooting for you. We want to see ads. We want to see behind the scenes. We want to see original content. We want to see it.
I love that.
Yes.
So much.
So proud.
So
yes, we are.
Sometimes you need that because sometimes you look at people like, oh no, she's killing it. You know, when people see you like, oh my God, you're killing it. And meanwhile, here you are home like, I gotta re-strategize. I gotta fix my shit.
Or like nobody likes me.
Right. Like, damn, like only 5 comments.
What's going on? Yeah. Listen, that algorithm's going algorithm.
Yeah, it's just gonna do what it does, and we're just gonna do
you
what
gotta keep doing you because I have a video that's popping off right now. I posted it 1 year ago. Okay? 1 year ago. The comments. This algorithm is going to do whatever it wants to do.
It does.
Okay? And you can't predict it. Shout out to the girls that post every day and it takes off. That's not my story.
Right.
So you can't compare yourself, but you just got to put in the work. You never know who's looking at it. You never know when it's going to pop off. I mean, 1 year ago, the video's going crazy. I think it just hit like 200,000 views. 1 year ago.
That's yeah, you just never know what's going to happen.
It's like, what is going on?
So what else are you looking forward to? We know you have a little secret, you know, a little spice, a little project coming in a fashion month.
Yes, September is going to be a big month for me, guys. Look out.
September is fashion month. So I'm really excited for you.
Yeah.
But what are you looking forward to? You just came back from vacation. Like, what is Tahira looking forward to? Maybe outside of work.
I'm looking forward to summer because my kids will be home. Well, like they'll be in camp, but we get to like reconnect. I feel like during the year, it's all about school. It's all about grades. You know, I'm married to a Jamaican man. Okay. So the grades got to be where the grades need to be. So it's just like, it's after school programs. It's so many, my son is in karate. There's play dates. There's basketball. There's you know,
your family's Grenadian, right?
Yeah, my family's Grenadian. My husband's Jamaican. So it's
nice little Caribbean household.
It's a Caribbean household. Even though we are in Brooklyn, my husband's running the house like we are back in Jamaica. Okay? You better make that bed, clean that room. You better get those grades up. You better be studying, put down the phone, put down the iPad. It's a lot. It's a wrap. If the grades ain't where it needs to be, you know, education.
Shut it down.
It's shut down. You know, we doing good cop, bad cop. Yes, I am a punk, okay? I am the good cop. I do let them get away with quite a bit, but we got to balance it out.
Right.
My husband is too tough sometimes. They're little babies.
I like that. I like the balance. Everything in life needs balance.
Exactly. So I just want to enjoy the summer. We're going to take them somewhere, of course, because now that we went away, they're like, my 12-year-old is like, I need a stamp in my passport. I'm like, oh my God, you're going to Florida. Calm down. Okay. So
wasn't this the one that asked to go to Europe?
100%. He wanted to go to Italy for his 13th birthday.
We
not
don't have
happening.
Italy money, baby.
Oh my God.
And even if we did, you could
why do you gotta go? Can I just go with my husband and luxuriate? No. Will he get to Italy? He will. Not this year, but he will get there. He will be going. But yeah, so we're gonna do a little family vacation. I'm looking forward to that. For me, summertime is just a time to reset, reconnect, get the kids and connect with the kids, do fun things. There's always something going on in the city. Take them to museums, just like do stuff we don't really get to do when school is happening.
Right.
You know, content, of course, will still be getting pushed out, but I definitely have some amazing things happening come September. September, October.
We're ready. We're ready. I already like the post. I already commented.
So yeah, we're working towards our goals. Our goals for sure. We're working.
I love that. Okay, so this was such a fun episode.
Yeah.
For those who have not met you yet, please tell us how we can find you across all platforms.
I am Tahira across TikTok, across Instagram. I am Tahira00 on YouTube. You know, we don't know the future of TikTok, so definitely connect with me over there on YouTube. All the long form content will be there, but daily I'm on Instagram, literally stories every day, posts every week. Reels, you know, stay connected.
I love that. I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you, my Caribbean sister.
Okay, so you are definitely an inspiration to many, and I think that, you know, we're just gonna be hair clapping for you as you grow, and I know, and you know, it's gonna be a lot of learning lessons. You know, but every step of your career, you learn more, and that's how you're able to like teach others.
I'm here to I've always learned to always be a student, you know, always be learning. I like to surround myself with people that are doing things that I hope to do one day.
Yeah.
Jaleesa's Drag Grand. Maybe I'll have a podcast one day. This is what I want to see.
Okay, I got to tell you something.
I just always be a student. Just watching you in your element, I'm loving it. I'm soaking it up. You know, one day maybe I'll do it. It's just like, I like to surround myself with women who are just doing their thing, top of their game. Love watching your story. I can't wait to see what you do next. I'm totally locked in. This will be, I don't know where. For you, sky's the limit. And I know that. And I'm just so excited to be on this journey and to finally meet in person. I've been rooting for you.
We literally was talking about this, how we would like, I would see like, oh, I didn't go to that event. I was like, I couldn't make it. And I'll see Tahira there. And then like,
same thing. Anytime I'm just like, oh, I can't make it. Then I go on stories. Guess who was there? I can't believe it. I'm just like, what? How does this keep happening?
Well, this is why it was meant to happen regardless. Because like we're having this conversation like we've known each other for years.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's so crazy. But that's what social media does for you. But then also
100%. I've met incredible friends from social media, and it's all women who I look up to who are just killing it. And you know, we could just support each other, root for each other, share, like, comment, baby.
I know.
That, you know, our engagement, it works. It will get us into the rooms that we want to get into. And I'm just so excited to be here. And I can't believe this happened with my girl. I'm so happy.
Remember, you can watch the full episode on YouTube. And don't forget that we are on TikTok and on Instagram. And of course, you can follow Tahira. She's so lovely. And we will catch you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.